Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Episode number 373, Drink Until You podcast, the only podcast that lasts until the last drop. How the hell is your Sunday going? How the hell was your week? Happy spring break to you, if you celebrate. What am I drinking tonight? It's one of these Michelob Ultra, hold on, I actually have to look, infusions, which sounds pretty fancy. It's lime and prickly pear, cactus. It's only 4% alcohol by volume, but if you stack enough of them together, as I have tonight, it'll get you there. So let's go ahead and have our first drink. If you got them, drink them. Bottoms up. Cheers, everybody. And I was actually looking at spring break places, like top spring break places to go. And you might be surprised to know Cancun, Mexico is still the top of the list, which is kind of surprising. I just thought that was like a back in the 2000s kind of thing. You know, back when I was in high school, you would watch it on MTV, all the spring break kids, all the college kids. Well, let's be honest, some of the high school kids too, all congregate on the beach, have a drunken fun time. But yeah, that's still a top place to go. South Padre Island was on the list, Panama City Beach, Florida, Miami, Florida, of course. Isn't Miami just like a party city year round? Does it? It never gets cold in Florida, does it? Like, what's the coldest it might get? Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. Oh my God, that is one place I have been. And I remember looking at the hotel room, the first day I was there. And it was like a postcard, dude. You looked down, it was like the beach to the hotel, crystal blue water, had like a bar in the pool you could just swim up to. And then right off of that was the beach and the ocean. It was just such a gorgeous sight. Some of the hammocks were actually out into the water a little bit, so you could like swing on a hammock while it'd be a great nap spot. What else is on the list? Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And the last on the list is, I don't know, this one was kind of random. It said emerging place to vacation for spring break was Houston, Texas. Now, I'm not really buying that one. Like, where in Houston is a good place to vacation? I don't see that. And I don't have anything against Houston. You know, I'm not one of these guys from Dallas who's like, I just hate Houston, fuck Houston. No, I don't care. It's a part of Texas, If Houston got a hockey team, I'd be happy about it. I don't hate Houston. I just don't. Where would you even party? I don't even know. That seems like a weird one. The other places are like beautiful beaches. Well, I don't know if South Padre. I don't know if the water's beautiful there, but most of the other places, Cancun, Miami, Cabo San Lucas. Oh my God, that water was so clear. I'll never forget. I had one of those, I don't even know, one of those piercings that goes like under your bottom lip at one point in my life. And it fell out in Cabo and I never got it done again. I was like, it was just meant to be, But anyways, if you're looking for a place to vacation, it's already spring break. I guess you'd have to plan it for next year. But there's some ideas for you, I love those 2000s, dude. I'll never forget, like, waking up every day. I don't know if they still do this on TVs. But back in the day, you probably still can do it on the TV. I just haven't looked for the option. But back in the day, you used to set your TV like it was an alarm clock, and it was connected to cable, and it would, it'd set my TV so I could wake up every morning to get up and go to school. You could set it Monday through Friday, so I'd set it for like 6 a.m. so it turn something pleasant on to wake me up for school, something that I liked, something that I enjoyed, which was MTV. It was always set to MTV. I would go to sleep watching like Beavis and Butthead, or like Celebrity Deathmatch. What was the dating show they had? Something Cupid. I can't remember. It had Jenny McCarthy on it. But yeah, I'd watch those shows late at night, before the next day. So it was perfect. I'd turn my TV off to go to sleep, and the next morning it would turn the TV on, 6 a.m. You could set the volume, the night before, so it wasn't too jarring to wake you up. And dude, I swear, almost every single morning, I mean, it just must have been on a timer or something, was the Dr. Dre, what's the name of the song? Until the next, wait, no, it's called The Next Episode. That played like every morning of my waking high school existence, which was very odd. It's like just every single morning that song was on. And didn't MTV like file bankruptcy, or they disbanded or something? I actually don't know. I haven't looked. I haven't watched in years, but dude, that was just, the band I loved, that I kind of showed everybody in my high school and middle school, for that matter. Blink-182. Dude, I was onto that band before anybody knew who they were. And I literally just saw them blow up. On MTV. Then they'd come out with like the funny music videos. And then they just got huge. I went to several shows they had in Dallas. Back when it was the Starplex Arena. Jexa Pavilion now. I don't even know what they called it. I can't keep up anymore. Smirnoff. It actually might have been Smirnoff back then. But yeah, dude, I just literally watched Blink-182 blow up right before my eyes. Like, I had bought a couple of CDs before that. And the way I'd actually discovered them was, you'd look through the band's CD jacket, and at the end they always had like the thank yous, for bands they toured with, or, their friends' bands or whatever. And I just like browsed through, and, I saw the band Blink-182. I discovered NoFX that way. I discovered MXPX that way. Just like thank you. So I'd be in the CD store, and I'd randomly just be like, okay, I've heard of MXPX. Let me buy this album. First MXPX album I ever had was At the Show, the live album. I loved it. And then I started buying more albums. NoFX was always thanked in the Blink-182 albums. So then I just randomly got, what was my first NoFX album? I think it was So Long and Thanks for... No. It was Pump Up the Volume. I was a little after So Long and Thanks for All the Shoes. I got Pump Up the Volume in Hot Topic. When you used to... They actually had a cool setup. Hot Topic gets a lot of shit. They actually had a cool setup in the store, dude. There was like 6 CDs on each like set of headphones. And you could just pick the CD and just kind of like browse the music. And I turned on the first track of Pump Up the Volume of NoFX, and I was like, holy shit, I love this band. And, the rest is history. But yeah, I actually discovered, I can't remember who I found Blink-182 through, which band. But yeah, they were definitely like one of the thank yous in the CD jacket. And I discovered them. I was like, holy shit, I love this band. Like, it's kind of simplistic songwriting, but it's good. Like, they have good melodies. And I discovered Newfound Glory through Blink-182. It's just the whole like network, that they would put at the end of the end of the CD jacket. But those were the days, man. That was so fun. MTV was great. And I swear to God, every morning was that damn Dr. Dre song. And yeah, just every time I hear it now as, an adult, it just always like takes me back to waking up in my parents' house and getting ready for school, which I love the song. I have no issue with the song. But yeah, it always just takes me back to setting the TV alarm and waking up and going to school, dreading going to school. It was like, that was the best part of the morning, was the music. But it was just weird, dude. Like how, I guess they had it set like on a schedule. It was on a timer, literally. It would wake me up every single morning. So I'm sure the new TVs still do it. Which I actually need to look into, because, get back to that. Get back to, screw the fuck, dude, the iPhone alarm. It drives me insane. There's not a single, like, iPhone alarm tone that I'm happy with anymore. I've tried them all. I've tried a million of them. I can't do it anymore. It's so annoying. I'm constantly cursing out my alarm clock. It doesn't matter if I got 12 hours of sleep or 4 hours of sleep when that alarm goes off. And it doesn't matter how much I change it. It's just annoying. It just will annoy the shit out of you. I try to do the light one that like starts off lighter and gets louder, but it's not too abrasive. And that one just still like pisses me off, dude. I don't know what it is. That's partially why I have my phone. Like it's always constantly, consistently just on silent. I can't take the dings. I can't take the beeps. I can't take the phone call noises. Like the vibration is fine. I can do the vibration that lets me know something's happening with the phone. But other than that, I can't do the phone noises anymore. It irritates me. It'll ruin a conversation that I'm having with someone I like just because the phone is annoying me. Like we'll be having a good conversation, but it's about 4 dings into that text conversation. I'm just like, I'm pissed off at the person. It's not even their fault. It's like I'm telling my phone to alert me every time they say something so we can continue the conversation. But it irritates the shit out of me, dude. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. It's just like overwhelming. I don't know. But yeah, there's a little trip down memory lane, if anybody remembers that. If you went to high school in the 2000s, that was a fun time. That was probably MTV's like peak. Like they did great in the 80s. They did great in the 90s, but the 2000s, I mean, it was just such a great mix of everything. I mean, it was hip hop, pop punk, grunge still a little bit. Just a little bit of everything. It was just a great freaking time. But yeah, good times, man. Good times. I'm actually going to go check the TV and see if it has that feature anymore. I don't know if they still do that. And aside from that, nobody has cable anymore, so it wouldn't really work. You can't tell Netflix to like come on a timer, so that wouldn't really even make any sense anymore, would it? The reason it worked back in the day was because the cable was always connected. It was always turned on. There was not like an on-off button for the cable to run to the TV. So it's like as soon as the TV would flip on, whatever channel you left it on the night before, whatever time you told it to come on, that's what it would play. And MTV was actually the perfect thing to have it on. That was a good way to start the day. Do you guys remember The Box? Speaking of MTV and those like competing music channels. Dude, I loved The Box. I thought they had such a good thing going. In case you don't know, let me take another sip real quick. In case you don't know, The Box was like where you could call in and you could vote. It was like, I don't know, 99 cents per vote to call in and like vote on a video you wanted to see. So they'd be playing a video on the screen that had previously been voted on. And you could call up The Box, pay your 99 cents. They'd add it to the phone bill or whatever. And you could vote. They'd have like 3 choices. Out of these 3 videos that could be next, which one are you voting for? Which one are you basically spending your 99 cents on? And if you got enough, the majority of the people in that area voted on that video, that's what would play next. It was kind of a cool concept. And I thought they were going to be a lot bigger than they were. Excuse me. God, I'm burping up chili beans. It's gross / delicious. I don't know how to feel about it. But yeah, you'd basically just vote on the next video to play. And it was kind of a cool thing, even when your video didn't get picked. It was like, oh, man, but you always had, it always seemed like maybe in a video or 2 later, that song would be on there again. You'd call back and vote again. I mean, I'm honestly surprised they weren't bigger than they became. I'm sure that was around the time of Napster and all the LimeWire